Good afternoon, children. Hope you all are fine with good health. Moving forward to make our teaching learning process enjoyable, let's begin with our civics new chapter Preamble to the Constitution. Before beginning this lesson, let us recap what we have learned in the previous chapter. The Constitution is an important document clarifying the rules of administration. The Constituent Assembly made the Constitution of India. Our representatives have to carry out the administration as per the law laid down by the Constitution. Our Constitution is the fundamental and the highest law of the land. There are definite aims or purposes in making any law. Basic provision in the law are made after clarifying these objectives. A systematic arrangement of all the aims and objectives of a law is the preface to the law. Preface means an introduction stating its subject, scope or aims. The preface to the Indian Constitution is called the preamble. The preamble sets out the objectives of a constitution. Let us see our second chapter, Preamble to the Constitution. What is preamble? A preamble is an introductory statement of a constitution which lays down the ideals it attempts to promote. A preamble to an act of parliament gives it reasons and purposes and lays down the aim and objects for which a particular act has been passed. The idea of the preamble has been borrowed from the Constitution of the USA. The Constitution of the Republic came into effect on 26 January 1950. As an introduction, it is not the part of the content, but it explains the purpose and objectives with which the document has been written. So is the case with the preamble to the Indian Constitution. As such, the preamble provides the guidelines of the Constitution. The preamble in brief explains the objectives of the Constitution in two ways. One about the structure of the governance and the other about the ideals to be achieved in independent India. It is because of this the preamble is considered to be the key of the Constitution. The Constitution of India. Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. The preamble begins with the words, "We, the people of India." It talks about the resolve of the Indians to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. We shall now understand the meaning of each of these terms. Sovereign state. Children, as we all know, India was ruled by Britain for a long period. The British rule ended on 15th August 1947. Our country became independent. India became sovereign. The word sovereign means that a state is not under the control of a foreign power. The most important goal of a freedom struggle was to acquire sovereignty. Now children, let us see what is meant by sovereignty. The word sovereignty comes from the Latin word superinus, meaning supreme. Sovereignty represents unity of the state whereby the state is externally free and internally supreme. In simple word, sovereignty means the ultimate authority to govern yourself. In a democracy, sovereignty rests with the people. The people elect their representative and grant them the permission to exercise sovereign authority on their behalf. Socialist state. The word socialist was added to the preamble by the 42nd Amendment. It implies social and economic equality. Social equality in this context means the absence of discrimination on the grounds only of caste, color, creed, sex, religion, or language. Under social equality, everyone has equal status and opportunities. Economic equality in this context means that the government will endeavor to make the distribution of wealth more equal and provide a decent standard of living for all. This is in effect emphasize a commitment towards the formation of a welfare state. Yes, children, it means a socialist state is a state where the gap between the rich and the poor is minimum. As a citizen of India, we all have a right over the wealth of the country. Secular state. The preamble states secularism as one of our goals. In a secular state, all religions are considered as equal. No one religion is considered to be the state religion. The citizens are free to follow their own religion. State cannot discriminate among citizens on the basis of religion. Democratic state. Let us see meaning of democracy. US President Abraham Lincoln defined democracy as government of the people, by the people, for the people. Democracy is by far the most challenging form of government, both for politicians and for the people. The term democracy comes from the Greek language and means rule by the simple people. In a democracy, the sovereign power is in the hands of the people. All the people are not able to come together and take such decision on a day-to-day basis. Therefore, elections are conducted after a fixed period. After a fixed period means after every 5 years, when voters elect their representatives. These representatives sit in the institutions created by the constitution like the parliament or legislature and the executive. They take decision for the entire population as per the procedure laid down by the constitution. Republic. Along with being a democracy, we are republic. All public position in a republic are elected by the people. No public position is occupied on the basis of hereditary succession. Hereditary succession means if a person dies, his position will be given to his family member or relative. But in a republic form of government, no public position is occupied on the basis of hereditary succession. The position like the president. The president. The president is the head of the Republic of India and he is the first citizen of India. Article 53 of the Indian Constitution states that all the executive powers of the Union shall be exercised by him, either directly or through officers subordinate to him. The Prime Ministers. The Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of India is the Chief Executive of the Government of India. The Prime Minister is the Chief Advisor to the President of India and the head of the Union Council of Ministers. The Governor. The Governor. The Governor is the head of a state just like the President is the head of the Republic. All the executive actions of the states are taken in the name of the governor. However, in reality, he merely gives his consent to the various executive actions. The Chief Minister. Chief Ministers. In the Republic of India, a Chief Minister is the elected head of the government of each state. According to the Constitution of India, the governor is the state's head but executive authority rests with the chief minister. The mayor means the person who is the head of a city or town government. Mayor, the person who is the head of a city or town government. Mayor is directly elected by the people through municipal election. He has number of roles, both legislative and functional. Mayor is also considered as the first citizen of a city. The Sarpanch. Sarpanch. The Sarpanch of a village acts as the head of the village and he or she is responsible for various functions and activities. A Sarpanch has the duty to look after both the village infrastructure and civics amenities and has to maintain them. The positions like the president, the prime minister, the governor, the chief minister, the mayor, the sarpanch, etc. are public positions. Any Indian citizen fulfilling the prescribed age criteria can get himself or herself elected to any of these positions. Monarchy. A monarchy is a form of government in which the ruling power is in the hands of a single person. Most monarchies have been ruled by kings, usually with the help of a council of advisors. The word monarchy comes from the Greek term monos, meaning single, and archy, meaning rule. In a monarchy, this position may be occupied by members of a single family following the principle of heredity. It means if a person dies, his position will be given to his family member. The preamble has guaranteed the Indian citizens the three values of justice, liberty and equality. It has enjoined upon the Indian citizen to practice these values and make laws in keeping with these values. Let us understand these values. Justice. Justice implies removal of injustice and ensuring that everybody has the opportunity for progress. Establishing justice is adopting such policy that will promote public good. Three types of justice are given in the preamble. They are as follows. First one, social justice. There should be no discrimination among individuals on the basis of caste, creed, race, language, region, place of birth or sex. As human beings, all have the right to the same dignity and respect, the same status. Economic justice. Poverty leads to the evils of hunger deaths. If poverty is to be eradicated, everyone should have the right to a source of livelihood so as to look after oneself and one's family. So, our constitution has given the rights to every citizen without any discrimination. Political justice. We have adopted universal adult franchise to enable equal participation in the running of the country. Accordingly, all citizens completing 18 years of age have the right to vote in elections. Liberty. The preamble to the Constitution assures liberty to citizens for thinking, expressing and worshipping according to one's own belief and faith. The fundamental rights are granted to them with a view to safeguarding liberty. In a democracy, citizens enjoy liberty. Everyone is free to express their own views and opinion. Every Indian citizen is free to act as per the teaching of their religion or the religion of their choice. Equality. The preamble guarantees the Indian citizen an equality of status and of opportunity. It means that all have equal human status and there will be no discrimination based on caste, creed, race, gender, place of birth, etc. The guarantee of equal status means not to discriminate between people in terms of high low, superior inferior. The preamble has given great importance to equality of opportunity to all. It means all will get the opportunity for development without any discrimination. Fraternity. Fraternity. The makers of the Constitution believed that merely guaranteeing justice, freedom, and equality would not lead to establishing equality in Indian society. Hence, the promotion of fraternity has been included in the preamble as a goal. Fraternity implies a we feeling towards one another. It creates a feeling of empathy. People become more understanding towards each other's problems and needs. Fraternity is closely related to human dignity. Human dignity implies equal respect to each individual as a human being. It does not depend upon the criteria of caste, creed, race, gender, language, etc. Just as we would like to be treated with dignity and respect by others, we should also treat others with the same dignity and respect. Children, let's recall what we have learned today. Preamble. The preface. Preface means an introduction stating its subject, scope or aims. The preface to the Indian Constitution is called a preamble. The preamble sets out the objectives of our Constitution. The preamble begins with the words we, the people of India. It talks about the resolve of the Indian to the constitutes India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. First, sovereign state. The word sovereign means that a state is not under the control of a foreign power. Socialist state. A socialist state is such a state where the gap between the rich and the poor is minimum. All have a right over the wealth of the country. Secular state. The preamble states secularism as one of our goals. In a secular state, all religions are considered as equal. Democratic state. In a democracy, the sovereign power is in the hands of the people. Republic. Along with being a democracy, we are republic. All public positions in a republic are elected by the people. The preamble has guaranteed the Indian citizen the three values of justice, liberty and equality. Now first we will see justice. Justice implies removal of injustice and ensuring that everybody has the opportunity for progress. Three types of justice are given in the preamble. First, social justice. There should be no discrimination among individuals on the basis of caste, creed, race, language, region, place of birth or gender. Economic justice. Everyone should have the right to a source of livelihood so as to look after oneself and one's family. Our Constitution has given this right to every citizen without any discrimination. Political justice. All citizens completing 18 years of age have the right to vote in election. Second, liberty. In a democracy, citizens enjoy liberty. In fact, democracy becomes mature only if citizens enjoy freedom of thought, expression, freedom of religion. Equality. The preamble guarantees the Indian citizen an equality of status and opportunity. It means that all have equal human status and there will be no discrimination based on caste, creed, race, gender, place of birth, etc. The preamble has given great importance to equal of opportunity as well. All will get the opportunity for development without any discrimination. Next, fraternity. Fraternity implies a we feeling towards one another. It creates a feeling of empathy. People become more understanding towards each other's problem and needs. The preamble to the Constitution of India guides us to this very goal. The preamble ends with the mention of the fact that people of India have given the Constitution to themselves. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.